Hiya Duck, before we get started in this tutorial, I want to thank another bunch of our fantastic community members who are officially in the Cool Gang. So we've got Kaylin Newens, Fairy Nails by Leanne. Why do I recognise that? I think she comments a lot. Yeah. Gabrielle Phillips, Merge Girl XOXO. All the kisses. All the kisses and cuddles. Sherry Bob, Denise Welsh. No, Welsh, not Denise Welsh. Denise Wells, not the famous Denise Welsh. Denise Wells. Amanda Dolan. Dolian. D-O-L-A-N. Dolan. Amanda Dolan. Rachie 71. I like that name, it's really easy. Nikki Rose. Callie Reed. Lorna Cooper.
These are all really normal names.
Yeah. Colleen Anderson Pett. Colleen Anderson Pett!
She must be from the northeast.
She must be. Nails by Kimberly. The Perfect Touch Nails. I'm going to say Maz. It doesn't say Maz, it says Maz. Maz White. Georgia Fletcher. Come on. And Pinky Bob, which is P-Y-Y-N-K Bob. How many have I done?
No idea, but that'll do for this.
That'll do for now. But thank you so much for joining the Cool Gang. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be in the community member zone because, yeah, this is where the cool stuff happens. Hiya Duck, and we're back at work. I know, I just work like a slave, I do. So Maggie is back. Remember my client from way back when who used to do bang car racing. So Maggie's come back, and I think she pushed this appointment to make it 4 weeks. She's so naughty. Should be 3 weeks really. And we're going to do cuticle prep, and I'm using the curved scissors to take off any of that skin or cuticle that is not, living. It has no blood supply. And then I'm using a 240 grit file just to etch that natural nail and make sure that the acrylic blends in. She has lost a nail. What's she like? So I'll tell you what happened. This is how she lost a nail. So she owns a pub. So she's a landlady. She owns a pub. So she changes the barrels and all that, which is having long nails when you've got to change the barrels and clean all the lines and do all that malarkey isn't, ideal. So
those hand-hold things are not very big.
No. So what we decided to do is change the shape and go a bit shorter. So you can see I put a ballerina-shaped tip on. Some people call it coffin. And I've actually made this now look like a modern almond. So we give it a bit of a squeeze so we make sure it's nice and pinched. And we create that almond shape over the top, but the side view has that nice sweeping side profile. So now we need to make the other nails like this. So it's a fill, it's a maintenance, and it's a complete reshape. It's, big job broke out here. So we shorten them, and then I use the debolt bit to shorten that and to make the shape at the side. This is going to give you a good starting point, because if we did it all by hand, Duck would be here till next week, and that's not what we want. We want to get these done, bish bash bosh, off you go. So I'm going to make sure that I reduce the thickness as well. So that's what I'm doing now, filing over the top to reduce the thickness, because once you take that nail down in length, it's going to get thicker. So you need to reduce the thickness as well. And we're going to completely change this set of nails and make them look totally different. So she'll kind of look like she's got a fresh set, but she hasn't. And she hasn't paid the full whack, if you get what I mean. We're going to clean over with clean-up solution and then prime with the Kirsty Meakin acid-free primer. And we're going to get these bad boys filled. So you can see they're a lot shorter. So, when these clients come and say to me, do what you want, they tell me what length they want, maybe they need to really think about the job that they do. because we had to go a lot shorter. But they're still a lovely length, you know, you can still get quite a bit of design on there and stuff. But we're going to fill with the colour strip tease. I do love using strip tease at the cuticle area because it just blends so beautifully. And we're just going to blend this down and it'll be like an ombre. And I created these nails with strip tease at the back, which actually made my job a lot easier when it came to filling them.
What's the time difference between sort of like a sculpt and a fill, do you think?
Well,
You still have to do a lot of prep, don't you?
you still have to do your prep and everything, but I would say salon time, you're going to get a fill done between an hour and a half. Full set, 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so you are
Some people do, some people do a full set in, you know, an hour and a half, but
Yeah.
there won't be as much design on there. Whereas these had a lot of design encapsulated inside, so they probably took me about 3 hours. But like I said, I actually sit down and do like a full consultation with the client and go through what design they want. So I do take my time. I don't just rush my clients. When clients come to me, they have like the whole experience. But when you go to a salon, obviously, you know, they want to get things done quick. But I do think doing a fill is so much quicker, especially when you're using the same product at the back, at that cuticle area. If you've got the same product and you're filling it, you're not filling a coloured acrylic that you've then got a cap. It's much easier to just use strip tease or bare booty at the back. So we're going to use the colour white-out now. White-out is the whitest white you ever did see. This is going to be our background colour for this design, and it's a really important colour. You want, when you're going to do this design that I'm going to do, you need something that is super highly pigmented and nice and bright. Hence I'm using white-out, and I'm using the Messy Nessie brush, which is a super tiny brush that I can get super crisp around that cuticle area, and I'm making sure there's no bulk by dragging that all the way down, and we've got a nice even application. Then I can go in with my second coat, which is a lot easier. It's a lot easier to just, as long as you get that first coat nice and crisp, doing the second coat is so much easier. Then we're going to use powdered pigments. And what I've done is I've used my BrenDek brush. What I've done is I've got a BrenDek brush and I've fluffed it out. So I don't leave gel in it or anything like that. I've fluffed it out so I can use it as a pigment brush, picking the pigment up, rubbing it on and blending it like you would do eyeshadow. So I'm basically doing makeup on a nail. So they aren't eyeshadows, they are pure pigments, but that's the kind of technique you're going to use. I take off the excess, so I pick up the pigment, I rub the excess onto the paper towel, and then I rub it all in, kind of like blending as I go. Now you can either do this, if you want it super bright, you can do it on a sticky layer, or you can actually do this on a matte top coat. Believe it or not, matte top coat and pigments like to stick to each other. They are like super best buddies. Now with this nail, we've already got that like skinny French at the free edge. So we're going to do half the nail in white. So you can either use a lily liner brush to do straight line, or you can use the lily long legs brush, which is a lot easier to get that nice straight line. Again, Messy Nessie brush to get that cuticle area nice and crisp. So we're not going to flood the cuticle, and we're going to do a coat of that, give it a cure, and then that section of the nail is ready for your pigment. And the other side of the nail doesn't have like any base coat on, it doesn't have any anything that's sticky. There's nothing sticky on that other side, because when you put your pigment on, it doesn't stick, and that's what you want. You want the product just to stick to the white gel polish or the matte top coat. So we create like that rainbow effect. And I'm now putting matte top coat over the top of the white. And then I'll cure it and apply the pigment in exactly the same way as I did do just. And here we go with the pigment. Now, if you want it to be even stronger pigment, what you can do is cure it for 15 seconds, that matte top coat, cure that matte top coat 15 seconds, and then put your pigment on and then go back in and cure, and it'll grab the pigment even more. And we're just creating this like psychedelic kind of neon rainbow. And you'll see, look how it only sticks to the matte top coat and it's cured. And it just sticks to it, and you can take a fluffy brush and just dust off any excess. Same on this one. And I like that the pink is underneath, so we're still using a little bit of the design from the previous set, but we kind of just like, we're upgrading. It's an F1 upgrade. Do you know what I mean?
So she's gone from a banger
to an F1.
You just got Lewis Hamilton on the brain, haven't you?
I have.
I heard that there was some mention of Vegas about something Dan mentioned.
What, that I want to go to Vegas for the F1?
And I said, is that the same time the F1's on?
I don't think it is.
Is it not?
No.
And I said, oh, Kirsty's busting the golf.
I want to go to Vegas F1, but I do not have the money. So can we make this video go viral so I can afford to go to the F1, please?
Did he like do it in this, like down the strip?
It's down the strip.
Have you done it before?
Never done it before.
So when is it?
It's in November.
It's in November this year.
Yeah. And it's £3 a ticket, Duck.
Oh.
If not more.
Okay.
Some of them are more than that. You want to see what they're doing. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely stunning. And yeah, I'm clearly never going to go.
You will.
So I want to go. Now it's design time. We are going to go around the cuticle with the colour white-out. This is how white-out is. Look how it covers that neon pigment. Like, oh my god. And we're going to go around the edge with the white as well. We're using the Lily Long Legs brush. Tell you what, my sister Lily has got way too many products named after her.
She really has, hasn't she? She's got like 4 brushes.
Yeah.
4 brushes, I think.
She's got, because she's called Miko.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take that one.
That's close. You can have that for quite a few of you, can't you?
Yeah, because we're all Meakin, so we're all Mikos, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, using this brush, you can just get right round the edge, get nice straight lines. And going right to the tip. So you can still use the very end of the brush. You haven't got to use the full length. But if you're going to do straight lines, you want to use at least half the length of the brush. So we like lay the brush down to get that straight line. Lay it down. So when I say lay it down, we like lay it down so it kind of like, it bends like this. And you go, and you get it dark and sharp.
Just think about Formula 1 there, because you know, I go to Cannes for the film festival. Mm-hmm. Well, up the road in Monaco.
Oh my god!
And it's only like a week later.
Well, Monaco looks amazing. However, I hate that track.
Really?
I don't like streets. I don't like street circuits. Well, the thing is, generally always goes wrong. Well, there's more opportunity for things to go wrong.
And there's not much passing going on.
There's hardly any overtaking. Yeah. So I like a proper track. I don't like a street circuit.
So why are you excited about the Vegas one?
Because there's a big, massive, long straight in it.
Yeah.
Go on the strip. There's lots of overtaking opportunities, and that's what I love. So I'm using that brush again, just so we can get those lines, but then I flip to the Lily Liner brush because I want to like create this kind of pattern reminds me of a butterfly. that's where it's kind of inspired, probably inspired by nature. This butterfly is clearly going to a disco or definitely a festival. It's going to Glastonbury. The Glastonbury nail stuff these are. So I'm rounding off that edge, so you still see the pigment coming through, but I wanted a slightly shorter brush, so I went to the Lily Liner brush rather than the Lily Long Legs, because I wanted more control.
Is she actually going to Glasgow? Because it's like right now, isn't it?
I did a set of nails for a client the other day who's going to Glastonbury.
Oh.
She is there. She was telling me about the toilets. There is like a container that you go up to. It's split into two, the container is, and the bottom half is literally just shit. And the top half is holes. Literally holes. So you go up and do your doing, and it just goes into the bottom of the container. They do have Portaloos, but they are the posh ones apparently, and I thought they were nasty. So you just literally taking a dump through a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like the job of emptying that container.
No.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
But
So there you are, that's the finished design, bit of bling, of course, and yeah, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and everything I've used today will be listed below. Thank you for coming to work with me again. Ta-da, duck! Hiya Duck. So before we get into this tutorial, I want to thank now